ticket streaming platforms. Just a little note. We will be here for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to hop over to the radio to finish up the postgame show after the Cowboys lose to the Houston Texans 34-10. We were here, Matt, for the halftime show, and we talked about the third quarter being boo-boo for the Cowboys and how they needed to make sure that the game didn't get away from them in the third quarter, and it didn't. It just got away from them in the fourth quarter. So let's give your instant reaction to what we saw on TV tonight.
They suck. They suck. They suck. This is one of the worst teams in the NFL. I was telling you this walking down the hall coming to the studio here. This is as bad as I can ever remember it being. This is just such a god-awful product. They're undisciplined. They don't have any depth. And we talk about the future, there doesn't feel like there's any hope. They legitimately could lose the rest of their games. Like, would it surprise anybody if they finish 0-7 and finish 3-14? And that seems comical. They just don't. Man, watching Zach Martin in pain, and you just feel like that tells you everything. And watching that weird-ass play with Guyton where, you get beat by Barnett, who strip sacks rush, and then you pick it up, and then you get clocked by the safety coming in, and you fumble, and they scoop and score. Aubrey slipping on a field goal. This is really, really bad, man. I mean, this is just god-awful, putrid, blah, crap. I want to vomit and then lick it up and vomit again. Bad.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it feels like watching the Cowboys. It's like drinking a bottle of Patron and projectile vomiting all over and waking up rolling around in your own filth. That's what watching the Cowboys is like. It's just dumb. They're horrible. They're horrible.
Cooper Rush, 32 of 55. Now, he did pass for 354 yards, man.
Well, what did he throw up? 78 passes?
Man, he was sacked 5 times, and that second half was so bad for the Cowboys. They couldn't even get on the board. They couldn't even get close. Well, they got on the board when Brandon Aubrey made a 64-yard field goal, but the head slap penalty moved it up 15 yards, and then they couldn't get in the end zone there. It's a comedy of errors. We've been saying it all week long, and this is just adding on to the fact that this is a bad team. And once they see bad things happen, they cannot get out of their own way. Like, it's not even funny anymore. No, you know what? I'll take that back. I think to a lot of people it's not worth getting upset anymore because it's so damn funny about what they're seeing on the field, because everything bad that can happen is happening to the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
Everything, man.
Yeah, man.
When they stay in the game in the first half and even in the third quarter where they go into the break only down 20-10, you're thinking, okay, maybe you'll have a chance to at least just stay in the game. Then something bad happens, and that's the comedy of errors. They force a punt on the second possession of the second half for the Texans, down 20-10, and then 3 plays later is the play that you referred to where Cooper Rush was sacked. Tyler Guyton picks it up. Well, he catches it in midair. He tries to run with it. He gets hit. He fumbles, and then it's a touchdown for Houston. So you're trying to drive to get within one score, but then you turn around and you're down 3 scores. And even the second possession for the Cowboys in the second half, where you're driving the ball down the field and you get to the 4th and 2 at Houston's 8, and you're down 20-10. You go for it. Do you try to get within one score? I know Troy Aikman was pretty adamant about them going for the field goal to try to get it to one score. And a lot of coaches now just really aggressive. I didn't mind that call at that point.
Why not? You're down by 10. You suck. Why not try to go for the touchdown?
Yeah,
3 points? What you think? Oh, man, if they had kicked the field goal, okay, then they would have lost 34-13 instead. The 3 points was pointless there. Who cares?
Well, you know,
try to score a touchdown.
If you get the 3 points there in the next drive, the Houston Texans punt, you do have the ball again to try and tie the score. But
then you would have fumbled it.
Happens.
Wouldn't have mattered. And my thing, again, they finally had a chance to break the mold of the second coming out of the halftime. And what do? Mike McCarthy is sitting there talking to whoever it was. I can't remember on the sideline.
Rutledge, I believe.
On the sideline coming out of half. And he goes, we got to put together a good drive here. And what do? They get the ball. They deferred on purpose. They won the toss to start the game. They deferred to have the ball to start the second half. What do? 3 plays, 5 yards. And then Houston, of course, looks like they're going to go right down the field, and all they can do is hold them to a field goal. And at that point, you're down by 10. And again, you have chased every single game at home since before the Green Bay playoff game. That is 6 consecutive games they've trailed by 20 or more at home, which is an NFL record. They talked about it on the broadcast. But, man, how many games are you going to win when you're down 14-0? And then in the second half, deep in the third quarter, you're down 20-10. How many games in the NFL do you win constantly being down by double digits? And that's all they do. They spend their whole life being down by double digits. I hate this team. This team sucks. I hate this team more than any team I've hated that I like ever, if that makes sense. I don't know.
I don't know. Construct that sentence again and say it again, please.
I love the Cowboys. Of course, I'm wearing a cowboy hat, but I hate this version of the Cowboys. They are just, what's the positive of watching this team? Like, what do you see that you go, man, I really enjoy that? And for me, it's when Brandon Aubrey comes out. And that's sad.
You know, in all honesty, I don't think the defense played poorly. And in 2 minutes, we're going to leave the stream and go on the air to the ticket. So make sure you leave and then hop on the radio station, the stream, or whatever you want to do, and check us out as we will continue to post game over in the big room. But, yeah, I don't think the defense played poorly. Houston only got the touchdown in the second half because they were actively trying to get it to break their streak of not scoring in the second half. They had that on their minds. That was an agenda mark of theirs that they wanted to do. But the defense was passable tonight. Again, if your offense is not even getting close to scoring the football, you almost kind of throw your hands up and go, I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. We talked at halftime. Can this offense get to 21, 17, 24 to give the defense something to go, all right, you know what? We're playing for something. We got a couple of stops, but the offense was so bad. Cooper Rush is not good. And we've been saying that the whole time. The dude is a good backup quarterback for a good team. This is not a good team. If you have to drop back and almost 60 times in a game with Cooper Rush, you're getting your asses kicked.
Yeah, you're never
You have to do that with Dak. You're probably getting your asses kicked.
Right.
You can't have your quarterback drop back that many times, and especially that guy, especially Cooper Rush, with the wide receiver core that he has and the offensive line that he has. There's no way you can survive and play a really good game with Cooper Rush dropping back that many times. All right, we're wrapping this up. We are going to end the platform that we have now, and we're going to go over to the big room on the radio. So check us out on the radio as we continue this Cowboys post-game show. Cowboys lose 34-10. We'll be back after